7/10 of a mile, we'll jump on 33. So Raleigh Pike. Not sure if it's, yeah, you'd have to. R-A-W-L-E-Y, Raleigh. Because you got like Raleigh, North Carolina. But Raleigh instead of Raleigh. Slavic Christian Church. Coming soon. Yeah, 79 miles. Pick up our load of lumber. Will once I get up here, my friend. Just got to get these cars out of my way first. And now we'll just head down through the mountains. Looks like there's a lot of fog, so hopefully it don't get too thick. Good old country roads. I'm liking all this green. Had my belly full of winter. Now it's greening up. I'm tinkle plink with all this green. On the left, got a nice little porch there I'd be sitting on, drinking my coffee. But yeah, I was thinking process, but now I bear wallow. I don't know what I was saying. Just concentrate on the road, I reckon. I don't know if they got music on here, but what y'all can do is put on some music to go with this. Every time I put on music myself, they block it because it has copyright music, even though I'm just listening to the radio. It's kind of annoying because I'll spend like an hour video for you guys and then they like block it because a song copyrighted on it. So I figured let's run without it and then you guys play your own music. I figured it'd promote the person. Not making any profit or money off of anything, so it's not like I'm using it for financial gain. market. This is kind of where the map showed that the truck route ends, but then I looked inside and it said no restrictions, and the truck GPS or regular GPS says go this way. So I was hoping once I get past this point of Hinton that I don't see a sign saying no trucks. That would be good, but then once you hit West Virginia, it's all highlighted, so I don't know, there's a 21-mile section of it in Virginia that's not highlighted, so we're on it now, but we got 21, I think if I read it right, got 21 miles and then we'll be in West Virginia. Climbing before there because it's right, state line's kind of like right in the zigzag, ziggity zaggity, and then once you get West Virginia, then it's ziggity zaggity ziggity zoo. But I was figuring probably 40 mile per hour average just to play out on the safe side. 45 mile per hour stuff, and then empty weight's 31,000, but some of these hills out these ways get pretty steep where it'll still slow me down. If I had like 78, 79,000, I'd go up about 20 miles an hour up the hills. This way I might drop down to 35. Depends. Like this country out here. My sister and I were going to hike the Appalachian Trail, like 5 months worth, but both came to our better senses, and I'd still do it if you wanted to, but I'd have to have some sponsors before to be off that golden period. Might need a wheelchair afterwards. I'm getting kind of old for that kind of stuff. Hiked a lot the past couple of years and not very much. I need to start getting a little more back into cardio type work stuff. Now I'm just getting lazy and chubby in the tubby. So I gotta watch that. Looking for school buses. Look at that pretty old Petey. Hey, Mr. Petey man. Messed up my windshield. Icy spots ahead. 50 degrees out, my friend. I'll take your word for it. I said last night in my video, I slid my rear tandem all the way up on my trailer. That way it gives me less off tracking. So on some of these curves I don't end up running in the grass and stuff. And I don't have to go all the way over on the oncoming side to make swings as bad anyway. So I just shorten up the trailer. The bridge, they call it the bridge or the bridge law. The bridge is the point of the fifth wheel to, some states it's the center of the rear axle, some states it's the center of the two axles. Just have to look at your regulations and see how they measure it. California, it's like 40 on 53-foot trailers. 40 from the kingpin to the center of the rear axle. Florida, it's 39 feet if I remember right, but it's to the center of the two rear axles. Those are if you got a 53. If you got a 48, you're not worried about it. But I think California, unless you're running little back roads and stuff, I think it's kind of too draconian, kind of unneeded. Because I'm out there, I've never foreseen any problems at all with running with a tandems further back or whatever. But what happens there is then, like when I'd haul hay and stuff, I couldn't haul the whole entire load. It's getting really pretty here, but I couldn't haul the whole payload because the bridge law. So I'd have to run over there 73,000 pounds and be barely legal on my rear tandems. So you couldn't put a full load on because then you'd be overweight. I did it one time because I wasn't paying attention. It was 3,100, put me 3,100 over on my trailer. Cost me $759, something like that. Lesson learned. But what happened was their scale wasn't working right, and so when they loaded me, we hauled loads every day out of there going to Pixie, California, out of Saguache, California, and so when they loaded me, I told them to slow me the way that you always do and I'll be good. But son of a gun slipped in some extra because they thought they'd get away with it. So 1 bell extra. They're big giant things. So when I got there across the scale over there to Tehachapi Pass, I was overweight. So what I did was I went around back and I tied a strap to the twine of the bell, tied the other end to their spine on her back side, drove forward, let that thing drop onto the road. Then I grabbed my strap, then I drove around and went across scales and was fine. But so they let me go once I was legal. And still had to pay the fine because you're illegal. But they don't let you leave until you're legal out. So I just dropped the bill right there, right along the road, going to the back of the scale house. And then they got a good thing where they take care of their buddies, because when people are overweight and they decide just to dump what the overweight is there, they just call their buddies up, and they told me that they call a farmer up and they'll come and grab that whole bale and benefit them. So I lose and they win. That's the name suck if one of these trees fell across the road or had to shut down and not be able to get across for a little bit. Nice old forest. This is like where the Appalachian Trail runs somewhere up across this way. Stop and do a little trail magic. Dump off all my water bottles, my oranges, and some other stuff. This would be the time of year to start down there in Georgia. And you still have some winter stuff and snow, but so I mean it wouldn't be the easy thing, but March would be a good time. That way you can get up to Maine. Decent period by June, July. They say 5 months, 4 or 5 months, maybe 6 months. Depends on how fast you walk. I shouldn't have said that. My mom drives a Subaru. I apologize. It's just usually it's... Oh, that's why they're going slow. They got a truck up here that's turning. But I usually say Subarus because they're usually Telluride hippies. Sometimes they're stoned, and when they're stoned, they think they're going 60 or 70 miles an hour, even though they're only going about 25. Usually that's, I mean, I'm not trying to be mean, it's just usually if I'm going through different areas in Colorado, usually the ones that's holding up traffic and driving like they're church folk, not having a care in the world, they usually in a Subaru. You think I'm just bagging on it, and just watch one of these times. You go through there and get slowed down to 40 miles an hour, or doing like 58 and a 65, and once you get around all the traffic, get up there, look at the vehicle that's slowing it down. Of course, that's kind of like overgeneralization. I am slow. Hold on. entertain you with my beautiful singing. But yeah, this is what I was expecting with this stuff here, which is what I like. I like it. Makes me feel like a mountain goat. Goes with who I am, an old goat. And then, for those not in the know, there goes my GPS. It died on me. But for those not in the know, rules of the road is the downhill traffic yields to uphill. Because the uphill guys are doing the hard work trying to make it across. So. Then usually with the laws, when you get 5 people stacked up behind you, if you got a chance to pull it over, I'll do it if I can get going pretty good. But if I'm doing an uphill thing and I got people, there's a big old dam down there, I'm not pulling over, especially if I'm doing the speed limit. You got one vehicle behind me and they're keeping a distance. So. Here's gonna be a tight one going up. I'm glad I don't have a load on me here. I'd be like going like 5 miles an hour. I swing right before cars come so that my trailer tires are out there enough where if I gotta cut it tight, then I'm not running off the road. You just gotta watch these guys that zip along through here. All right. Now watch you don't meet another truck. Used to in my early days, I would just run like a heck, like a crazy man sometimes on them little hairpins. Just ask Tammy. She always said I can hit a 25-mile-per-hour curb at a 50 miles an hour with one finger in my nose picking it. Nose picker. That's what she called me, her little nose picker. But we did have the one time come flying through, but I had to be there, pick up a load of wool going to Brady, Texas, going over, drop down through Swatch in the center, somewhere around there. And I was like, well, you gotta be here. No, it was potatoes. It was the wool I pick up down there on the reservation. So we go flying down there, and this truck freaked out, kind of ran to the side. And he goes, "Way to go, Hawks!" And I was like, "I didn't hit you, did I?" And he was grumping on me. Tammy's like, "You're a crazy man, Mr. Wallace. That's why I married you. Because you're a crazy man. And I love crazy mans." Didn't really quite go completely like that, but gotta add a little bit of spice to your stories. Everybody has them beautiful moments of doing their little proposal things. And mine was pack your stuff, we're getting married, I'm getting you out of all this stuff, make your life better for you, so pack your shit, let's go. So she packed it, we packed it into a little Suzuki Samurai, not so romantic. Got hitched, been married 30 years. I think maybe 1 year of it's been a happy one for her. Been happy for me the whole time. It's just kind of amazing to find someone that can put up with your crap. I mean, it's a rare thing these years. Find someone that can do that. So, especially me, I'm a handful. That's what my mama says, and my wife, and my kids, and my grandma and grandpa when they were alive. You're just a handful. Except grandma, she said, you're special. You special, mister. I was like, well, by golly, thank you. Grade, so I put it in neutral and just let it float down like we're in a dream or some kind of stuff. I was gonna pull over up here and let this person behind me or around me, but West Virginia, see, that's what I was telling you, all that little hopping and jumping and the skipping was the West Virginia line. Get into West Virginia and it's smoggy. All this smoke from all that coal stuff. Trucks must stop 1/4 mile. What does that mean? Oh yeah, trucks must stop. That's what that means. Good, because I gotta get my thing back a going. I don't know why it did that. Sometimes it'll do that where it whites out. I've already went 1,000 feet. All trucks. Trucks must check the brakes. Get this thing fixed real quick, and hopefully it doesn't do it again. They're gonna pull in behind me. Goodness gracious. Glad there ain't no ice. There ain't no way to run a truck there. Automatic tranny. Oh my goodness, look at how pretty that is over there. You guys should be able to see it when we get around a couple turns. It's so pretty and beautiful. It's so pretty, it's so pretty, it's so pretty, 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 It's so pretty. The car that was behind me, I had to do my GPS real quick, but then I was going to let them go by, but then they pulled in behind me. They wanted me in front of them. I ain't lying to you either. You're going to think I made this up, but it was a Subaru. So they're like, that guy was talking about Subarus, so we're going to stay behind him. Because I don't want him whining and crying because the Subaru's in front of him. So we're going to pull behind him and sit until his dumb butt gets out of the way. Well, I really would like to follow the road. The other option isn't very pleasant, I guess I would say. Be downright fatal. And I don't feel like being fatal. Yeehaw, baby. But yeah, you can see it kind of appearing through the clouds, all the big mountains. Oh, I guess I should be slowing down. Speed limit isn't really 55. I don't really want to go 55 down to 9% grade. Especially if you don't have a load of chickens on. Wolf Creek Pass way up on the Great Divide. Coming on down the other side. That's the other thing. That's it. My friend Dallas, he's the one. Kind of encouraged me that I should kind of like skip the singing. I always tell this story. Went to Sissy's wedding, and I was actually the preacher man for the wedding. And then they were having karaoke. And I was like, hey, I can do Glenn Campbell. That Rhinestone Cowboy. I thought I sounded just like Glenn Campbell. But Dallas, he was like, get off that stage. I'm saving you. Tossing a plastic chair at me saying, get off that stage. You're embarrassing everyone. I was like, hey, you're just jealous because I sound like Glenn Campbell. So there's the runaway truck ramp. I was looking at that on the thing last night. Okay, slow down. You don't need to be doing 55 going down the mountain pass. Come on. You feel comfortable in the mountains being a little mountain goat. Don't mean you have to drive like a crazy man. I liked how they got these roads all good. Somebody went through that guardrail, hit some ice, and they're turning it and keep on and turning. Right now it's 49 degrees. It rained last night, but the rain's kind of moved on, but we got rain all the way to Sioux Falls, so I hope that tarp don't leak, especially with lumber on. I hope they have like a plastic cover on top. Because some of these have pinholes that you can't notice until it rains like a crazy heavy thing. But from what I could gather, it's all rain, warm rain, and not snow. So I can't believe the pictures and stories on Donner Pass. Well, I can believe it. I've seen it, but glad I'm not that way right now. Poor folk. That's kind of crazy. Alright, back to 55. Now you can do 55 truck. Back there when it's 45, you don't need to be doing no 55, which I wasn't. I always do the speed limit. So I was doing 45 on a dot. That's one thing I make sure of. Whatever the speed limit is, that's what I'm going. So, yes, sir. I'm a stickler to that. So I was going to say trust me, but I don't want to condemn myself. But like these curves, I don't know what's around the curve, so even though it's 55, I'll slow down to like 45. Hate to come around the corner and there's a school bus right there. And that's the one videos that just chaps my hide. Is whenever there's a school bus stop with the red lights and you see vehicles, like even especially trucks, go flying past there. It just kind of boils my blood. Kids are just starting out in life. Don't need to end it before that. Oh, those are cool little cabins. I like them. Me and Tammy could have the regular house, and the kids could each have their own cabin. We even put the noise dampeners inside. Okay, squirrel. I don't want to kill no squirrel, so get off the road. I'm not no ammo, no killer. Well, unless you're gonna eat them, but I'm not gonna eat them. Then it's not really killing, it's harvesting. Harvesting nice little furry animal to eat. Yeah, up here, it's raining all last night. It's turning out to be good. All the fog's burning off, blue sky. Not sure when I'll hit rain again, probably Indianapolis. Maybe Dayton, Ohio, or Washington Courthouse. Wine. Whew. You can smell that coal sulfur in the air from their freaking coal burner stoves. It's kind of overwhelming a little bit. Hit your sinuses pretty good. Well, there's a house for sale. That would be pretty. of Excellence, Brandywine Elementary School. Tell me to Sweden Valley Road. It has about 10 miles to it. And on more switchback things, but I'd probably just stay on 33 just to play it safe. And sometimes this girl's led me astray, and sometimes I've went against her advice and regretted it too. So see what the thing says up here. I gotta drop this visor so my voice will kind of trail off a little bit if it hasn't already because of the location of the thing. So but I planned my trip on 33, not on Sweden Valley Road. See if there's any signs up here saying anything. across some of them that I'd had to jump sidewalks, and my trailer would almost hit the telephone pole because the buildings are right there up on the street, and you got to make kind of like a awkward, almost U-turn, right turn, left turn type stuff. Of course, you get that like when you're going up into like Boston and Lewiston, Maine. I've had it, and some of them New England places where all the streets were made for 30-foot and 40-foot trucks and stuff. At this moment it's at 39,900, but they said that she asked how much I can go up to. I was like 46,000. He goes, well, right now it's at 39. It'll probably stay that way, but it might add a little bit by the time you get there. Depends on what their order, what they decide to keep. I don't know why my GPS has decided not to. It's giving me heck. These are the worst places for your GPS to give me heck. But I don't want to spend like $300-400 on a truck GPS. I mean, it's a decent investment, but I just don't find myself wanting to really do it. I might break down and do it one of these days. I use my phone a lot, but it doesn't do the truck routing, so it doesn't pay attention to the low passes and the non-designated truck routes. And we got this company one, but it's pretty flawed because it'll take something that's 1 mile shorter, but in a truck, even though it's for a truck, it'll take like 20 minutes longer because it'll cut through all these little back town roads, some city or town, and then pretty soon you're like, man, I could have made a ride over there, went over to the interstate, jumped on that, and been good with it instead of all these little hillbilly shortcut back road type of stuff. But I'm gonna be shutting this off once we hit 220. See, we're at 49 minutes. But once I hit 220, I'll shut this off, and then I'll use this GPS if my GPS hasn't figured out that I'm not on that other road. Because usually it'll reconfigure itself as a update, but it hasn't yet. Still wants me to go down that Sneed's Ferry Road or whatever it was. Oh, it just woke up. Well, welcome. Welcome back to reality, my friend. There's the state police headquarters.